students. Today we are going to work on the following topic. It is called limits, which is very popular in calculus course. And in particular, we will be working on solving the following limit. So we have the following example. Limit when x is approaching 10 of x squared minus 100 over x minus 10 equal, and we have to compute this limit. Actually, we do not know if this limit exists or not, if the result will be a finite number or not, but we will analyze what kind of function right here under this limit we have, so that we will be able to apply some rules or properties of the limit to be able to compute it. So let's start, dear students. So first of all, I think that would be nice for us to analyze a little bit what kind of limit we have here. So first, what I would suggest is just a direct plugging. So whenever we do a direct plugging of the value 10 that x is approaching, we will see what kind of nature this limit has, and in particular, this function has. So if we plug just 10, we will get 10 squared minus 100 over 10 minus 10. So if we just calculate that number, we will get that will be 0 over 0. So we will end up having this indeterminate form 0 over 0. So we cannot conclude anything in this case. So we have 0 over 0. It means that we have to work a little bit more on this limit, in particular on the function, or try to apply any rules that can be applicable when we have this indeterminate form 0 over 0. So what do we do in this case? So first, dear students, if we have this 0 over 0 indeterminate form, there is the L'Hopital's rule that we can apply. The L'Hopital's rule that we can apply. And second, dear students, we can do probably some algebra before we can apply this L'Hopital's rules in this case. So let's first start with something simpler. So first, we will try to do some algebra before we apply the L'Hopital's rule. So we take the limit here as x is approaching 10, so that stays always. And here we can apply some algebra. So let's see what kind of algebra we can apply. So we have 100, which can be written as 10 squared over x minus 10. And here in algebra, we have the following formula. This is the difference of two squared numbers. So that is exactly equal to x minus 10 multiplied by x plus 10. And then we are dividing it by x minus 10. So in this case, x minus 10 get canceled. And so we have then, in this case, let me maybe delete this part. In this case, we will get, dear students, that it's equal the limit when x is approaching 10 of only x plus 10. And this is just, dear students, this is just a linear function, x plus 10, which is continuous. So the limit of that function will equal the following. We just directly plug the 10 into the x value to compute this limit. So it will be just 10 plus 10, which is equal 20. So actually our limit right here is just equal 20. So this is one way to compute this limit. So this is one way to compute this limit. So another way, as I mentioned, it can be the L'Hopital's rule. So because we have the indeterminate form 0 over 0. So how can we apply the L'Hopital's rule in this case to the same limit? So the L'Hopital's rule tells us that the limit when x is approaching 10 of x squared minus 100 over x minus 10 will equal, by applying the L'Hopital's rule, will equal to the limit when x is approaching 10. And now we have to take the derivative of the top function over the derivative of the bottom function. So the derivative of the top function gives us 2x, and then the derivative of the bottom function gives us just 1. So we will end up here having the limit when x is approaching 10, and then here we will have just 2x. And again, 2x is just a linear function which is continuous. So to finalize the calculations here, we just plug 10 instead of x. So we will end up having 2 times 10, which is equal to 20. So we have found here that in this case of working on this limit, we actually can apply 2 different options of how to compute this limit. So the first option is just simple algebra manipulations, algebra transformations. And the second option is applying the L'Hopital's rule. So that's it, dear students. So in this video, I just wanted to show you that there are limits when there is not only one way to compute them, but there can be many. In this case, it's 2 ways to compute the limit. Thank you for your attention, dear students, and I will see you soon.